Hi everybody, good evening. Fantastic to have you all here at our My Secret Kitchen tasting. Delighted to have you all along. I know MSK, or you'll hear me refer to as MSK, is new here in the UK and not that well known. So I'm delighted to be here sharing a little bit about what the company is all about and what the products are all about. In a nutshell, it's a load of pantry items that's bringing flavours from all around the world into your kitchen. Okay? How many of us have that half-forced, sinking feeling of, what am I doing for the dinner? Well, this is where the inspiration comes in. We'll have loads of ideas that will give you inspiration as to what you can do in the kitchen, okay? So my job, part of my job is to help grow the name of My Secret Kitchen here in the UK and globally as well. And I'll come on and talk about that in a little while. It's a worldwide organisation. My Secret Kitchen is the name here in the UK and soon to be in Europe. But the rest of the world, the organisation is known as Your Inspiration at Home. So technically, I could do a tasting at my friends in New Zealand, my friend in Australia, my friend in America, and another pal I have in Canada. So I can go visit the world and do tastings wherever I go. I can also build a team wherever I go as well. I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go on. What I wanted to do then, just to kick off and just to start with, is just talk you briefly through our catalogue here. So here we have our My Secret Kitchen catalogue. How gorgeous does that look? And you know, the photography in this is just beautiful. Not only is the catalogue strokeably lovely, it's also lickable. So if I find two pages stuck together, you know somebody else has been through that particular catalogue. Okay, here you go. So in front of you all have a catalogue, you all have an order form, okay, and you also have a piece of paper, okay. A piece of paper is for writing notes. You want to take a note of anything I'm using that you like the sound of. Or if you hear me say, oh, remember, you could use that for a dip or you can use that for a soup, please feel free to jot it down. The order form is in triplicate, it's a carbon copy thing, so if you can, put that behind the catalogue rather than underneath your notes, otherwise you're going to have a fantastic order by the end of the night, which is delightful, our hosts will be thrilled. But you might want to slip that at the back. Okay. So on the inside here, you've got a little index to tell you about where everything is. And it talks a little bit about our founder, and she's our our CEO, and she's also the spice curator. Every single product you see here, everything in the catalogue, every ingredient, she has sourced those and made these products herself, okay? One thing to note about what MSK is all about, there are no additives, there's no nasties, there's no preservatives, there's no MSG, there's no flavour enhancers, there's no starch bulking agents that you will see in a lot of packet spice mix you'll see in the shops. Salt and sugar are used from time to time, but as a minimum, only when necessary. For example, the chocolate powders, it's kind of hard to make a chocolate powder without using sugar. But you'll see there's a lot of, if you go and look at the back, if you have kind of spice blends at home, go and look at the ingredients in the back. A lot of them, the first ingredient will be salt, the second ingredient may well be cornstarch, wheat starch, even worse, modified wheat starch. You won't see any of that in any of our products, okay? So many of our products are organic as well, not everything is, and we're also looking to get to a gluten-free certification as well. So it's worth bearing that in mind. What I will point out to you as well here, you'll see this little emblem, okay, and that will be right throughout the catalogue. You'll see that beside a lot of different products. We have won a multitude of awards. Laura, can you tell me there, how many awards does it say we've won?
272.
272 awards worldwide to say that our products have won taste awards right throughout the world. I think that's fantastic because it helps me really believe in the product as well. I know I like a lot. There's so many of the products I absolutely love and we're using them regularly here. Some of you'll see the line of quantity in the product is way down because my kids have been hammering through it. And I as well, I'm cooking for the family. So a lot of these products are taste award winners, okay? Also as well, you'll notice some of the products are new. We have new catalogues that come out every year, which is good, it keeps the catalogue fresh. And also for those of you who come back time and time again, as I'm sure many of you will, there's always something new and fresh to look at. And also we've got our chili rating, okay? So if you like the spicy food, look for the ones with the 2 or the 3 chilies. If you're not into spicy food, try and avoid those. Maybe try the one with 1 chili, that's just a mild heat to it, okay? So worth bearing that in mind, okay? And that tells you a little bit about the company, what our ethics are, and it's all about clean eating. It's all about gathering family and friends together, sharing food and clean eating. No chemicals, no nasties, no horrible stuff, okay? It's worth noting as well that all our herbs and our spices that we produce to actually go into our products, they're all processed without any use of chemicals, okay? There's a lot of chemicals used in the processing, the drying and the grinding down of herbs and spices. It's not something we use here in MSK, okay? And in Your Inspiration at Home worldwide. Every single product you see is hand blended, hand bottled and hand labelled. Okay? So it is very much a young organisation. We're learning as we go. There are a lot of products that have been a real hit, as you can see with the award winners. And we're kind of bringing out new ideas from time to time. Okay, very quickly then, you'll see here, I'm going to talk to you as we go through. I won't show them as we go through, but first of all, we've got our dip mixes. Do not be confused by the name on this, okay? The dip mix doesn't mean it's just for a dip, okay? These can be used for a multitude of different ideas, okay? And I'll talk you through some of that. So there's a page of them here, okay? A little story about one of my colleagues here, Nicola Patterson here. And over here, there's a little idea, product idea here, and more dip mixes on the next page, okay? Can you see, I have to say, what do you think of the catalogue? I think it's absolutely beautiful in the photography. Okay, moving on then, we'll talk about our weekly pairings. Okay, now I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. But every week we have a different weekly pairing. And if you buy the two items that are in the pairing, what's going to happen is you're going to get 20% off them. So it's a good value for money. If you like value for money, that is a good way of getting it within MSK. And also as well, make sure you give me your email address, and I will email out to you a set of recipes that you can try, 4 recipes that will come with that pairing for that week, and then you can try those recipes. So it gives you an idea how to start off using them, and different ideas along the way. This is probably one of my favourite pages in the catalogue. This talks about our freezer fill workshops. Okay, now these are workshops I run here myself. Okay, and what happens is you would pre-order a workshop pack, and that consists of 8 dinner stacks, 8 freezer filled stacks. Okay, each stack corresponds to a recipe. You would come along with a bag of shopping that I would instruct you as to what to get. You'd come along here, and I can show you the dates for those later on. I'm doing a morning and an evening one each month. And you get to make 8 dinners for 4 people to bring home and pop in the freezer. So that means, say for example, Amanda, have you got young children? Mm-hmm. Okay, so say for example you have, off the top of my head, a Tuesday night that you come in from swimming at 5:45, okay? You've picked them up from school, you brought them to swimming, it's been absolute bedlam, getting them into the pool, getting them out, you know what I mean, right? So when you come in, you want the dinner, you don't have to start preparing dinner at that point. Tuesday night could be a great night for you to take something out of the freezer. You can have a look at it and see. It comes with full instructions how to defrost it and what to do with it there. Bung it in the oven, leave it so that it's there on a timer. What a great idea. So it's for the kind of, those of you that are kind of time poor but still want to have good quality meals, okay? I would strongly recommend that. Now you can come here and do them with me if you wanted to. You can organise a group of friends and have it as a girly social. You could all come along and book a night with 6 if you come along. Or if you wanted to as well, you could host your own one and get your friends to come to you. Whatever's fine, okay? But I love the freezer fill ideas. I think for me, as a mum of 4 young boys, it's ideal, okay? To have that things that are quick and handy, but also they're healthy and they're really, you know, tasty, tasty meals. We've gone through the first freezer fill pack already, and they're already shut. And when can we have the ribs again? When can we have the chicken korma again? So they're really nice recipes, and there are things as well that you might necessarily usually make. And everything comes in little pods, okay? Each of the meals, little pods, 3 pods per, and there's 3 pods per meal, and there's leftovers that you can then go on and use at another time. So, love it. Okay, next we talk about our dukkahs. Does anybody know what a dukkah is? Or a dukkah? Or a dukkah?
James Martin mentioned them on the television the other day on his programme. He mentioned dukkahs.
Dukkahs, what did he say about them, Robert?
It was something to do with just mixtures of spices that you could actually just sprinkle on your...
Yeah. Perfect.
On your meats and things, and I can't remember which one he used. I think it was a Moroccan one, but he made it up himself.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're very trendy actually. So this is having something that's quite trendy. It's quite novelty to me because at my age I don't do things that are trendy. So to have something, this is really young and fresh idea from the food market, and this is called a dukkah or a dukkah, and it's a Middle Eastern thing, kind of North African Middle Eastern thing, where it's a mixture of seeds and nuts, sometimes spices. But then if you've got sweet ones as well, there's other flavourings as well. So we have our savoury dukkahs here, and we've got our sweet ones over there, and you're going to get to try them both tonight, okay? Now, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them. We have a little page there about couscous and rice blends as well. And then on to one of my favourite pages, again another one of mine, the balsamic vinegars. Oh my giddy aunt, do we do balsamic vinegars like you've never tasted before? Guess what, we get to taste them tonight. This is way better than any of those direct selling parties, if you ask me, because you get fed. I think they're the best ones when you get fed. It's part and parcel. I love it. Okay, so I'll be telling you about our balsamics. We've got some more darker balsamics, we also have white balsamics as well. Absolutely brilliant for all kinds of cooking. Not just, people often think, oh, balsamic vinegar, that's just for salad dressing. Oh, no, 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 no. We'll tell you more about that, okay? Okay, moving on as well. This tells you a little bit about hosting. Okay? When you host a tasting at your house, or even a freezer fill as well, if you want to host a freezer fill, what happens is, My Secret Kitchen want to reward you and say thank you for inviting us into your home, and thank you for helping me kind of spread the gospel of My Secret Kitchen, okay? Hosts never pay full price for anything, okay? We ideally want to be giving it to you for free, but at a minimum heavily discounted, okay? If any of you, I'll tell you a little bit more about it later, but if any of you sit tonight and you have a list as long as your arm and the purse string doesn't stretch that far, just invite me around, we can organise a date, and it's just a question of getting friends and family. Our host here tonight just got a few ingredients. Would you agree, Amanda, was fairly easy to get organised for tonight? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Brilliant. I'm glad to hear you say that. I just turn up, we have a little bit of a chat, we have a bit of a tasting, it's very easy, okay? It's very relaxed and very informal. Okay, next we have our extra virgin olive oils, or EVOs, okay? And these are exceptional, I have to say. They're very, very high quality extra virgin olive oil, all with natural flavourings as well, okay? We've got our spice blends next, 2 pages of those guys. And next, seasoning, salts and peppers, okay? I have some of them here tonight, and you can have a look at those, okay? And last, we're coming upward to the meat rubs and dry glazes, okay? I'll talk to you a little bit about those as we go through. And we have our baking section, our sweet section. Who's the sweet tooth people amongst you? You should, oh, quite a few of you, okay, excellent. You like the end of the demonstration, and we're doing some sweet items. Okay, we've got some baking spices up here and also some aromatic sugars, okay? Last but no means least, we have our teas and our chocolate powders, okay? I would say with my youngest son, he's 6, he is now very well versed in the chocolate powders, and they have a big debate as to what chocolate powder they're going to have for their hot chocolate, and they're allowed to have a hot chocolate. So much so that we were down in Lauder we went into the Flat Cat in Lauder, and we sat down and the lady came over and I said, can I order 4 hot chocolates for the boys, please? And the youngster pipes up and looks at her and goes, what flavours of hot chocolates do you have? And I went, no, just do one. It's not at home. It did spark an interesting conversation because she did want to know more. Okay, and I'll tell you about them when we're using those tonight. Then what we're going to talk about here is the flavour stacks. Flavour stack, let me show you these, right? The flavour stack is our subscription service, okay? This is the box that would arrive. In here, little secrets, I love this, right? This is a service whereby you can subscribe to this on a monthly basis, okay? A pack like this would cost such about £14 for each month. That would be debited from your account, and then towards the end of the month, out would come one of these in the post to you. Inside is 5 recipe cards and 4 stacks, okay? Let's just take one of these out, okay? So in here, we have wasabi and chive, country apple, and pulled pork, okay? So all your little, see these little spice tubs, okay? 3 tablespoons of each. And this, basically the different recipes. Now I know that one, it corresponds to the pulled pork with wasabi coleslaw. How does that sound? Let's start that. A nice picture, then the instructions are on the back. Not only that, there's a little tear off bit at the bottom, but it tells you what your shopping list, what you need to add to your shopping list if you wanted to. Okay, so there's 4 of those that are the recipe. You'll see the ones with the green, with the stripe on them, and then you get an additional bonus recipe, and that's an idea on how to use up some of the leftover spices and herbs. Okay, so if you set yourself, okay, how many of you decided New Year's resolution that you're going to cook more healthily this year? Yeah, you're going to learn new recipes. You're going to do 1 new recipe a week. This will help you. This will help you a lot, okay? So it's a simple subscription service, and if anybody's interested in finding out more, I'll pass that around later and you can have a look at that. But I would highly recommend it. So this will come out and it gives you, so you decide, okay, Thursday night's an easy night, I'm in plenty of time, we don't have any activities after school, or even if you're, if it's yourself and your husband at home, you decide Thursday night's the best night, we're going to go and cook, and it could be something that you can do together. I know there's one lady who subscribed to this because she's fed up of the husband complaining about having the same thing week in, week out, dinner-wise. So she signed him up and told him to pick a day, and he can choose 1 new recipe a week to make. Oh, that's a great idea myself. So, also as well, fantastic gift idea. So if you're looking for anybody that's got a birthday coming up, or wedding gifts, I think that's just superb, okay? And we're moving into a new house. What a fantastic idea to be filling their house full of international flavours and wonderful smells. I think that's great. Okay, right, let's move on then. Okay, so that tells you a little bit about what we're going to go through tonight. So hopefully that'll explain things, okay? Right, now we've got a recipe that's going to go into the oven first. So why don't we... Oh, I was going to start you off with a little drink. Every little party starts off with a drink, doesn't it? What I've done here is I've got these carafes and I've set them up and I've put in 2 teas, okay? Because everybody drove here, so I don't want to fill you for a drink. You can the next time leave the car and I'll do that, that's fine. But I've made up 2 teas. One is called the raspberry mojito tea and one is called the lemon soother. Now the teas are, seriously they're fantastic. In the run up to Christmas as well, again we're talking about gifts, I love to give gifts throughout the year, but these were so popular. There's a lot of people who don't drink regular tea and coffee now, okay? They cut back and they're detoxing as well. And these are all herbal teas. 99% of the ingredients are, 99%, I'm just guessing here, but a significant proportion of the ingredients are organic. This is where I need my glasses. So you've got, this one has a green China tea base on it. The lemon soother basically is lemon peel, organic rose hips, organic lemon myrtle. Now lemon myrtle is a very interesting ingredient. I hadn't heard of it before I joined MSK. It's grown in Australia. There's a particular tree and the leaves of it have this lovely lemony vibrancy to them, but without having a bitter aftertaste that sometimes using just general lemons do. So it's an Australian item as well. Organic lemon balm, organic ginger root, organic lemongrass and licorice root. Ooh. Ooh, yes. So there you go. Another favourite as well is the Moroccan mint. A lot of people like that one. If you're ever buying a peppermint tea, okay, what to do is, now I've excuse me, put my teeth back in, I've learned this recently, look for spearmint. Spearmint, you want to see a high percentage of spearmint in your peppermint tea. That's a good quality peppermint tea. Guess what the topping is? Of course. So, anyway, who would like raspberry mojito? Do you want to stick up your hands? Oh, 4 of them, okay. And you can, well, if you drink that and you come back, you can have the other one. Now, okay. There we go. Nice and hot. Okay. There we go. I realised, I'm sorry, I was supposed to get the tea strainer. This is on top. Just let the leaves settle. Okay. There we go. And then, is that 2 then for the... Another raspberry mojito. Seriously, you can try both if that's absolutely try both.
So how many teaspoons do you put into a
I
carafe?
put 2 tablespoons in each one.
2 tablespoons.
Yeah, and then just boiling water. The joy of these as well is you can actually use them more than once. Oh, that lemon soda smells absolutely amazing when it comes out. Try that, Margaret. You can make, during the summer, make iced teas as well with these. The Moroccan mint, one of the girls on my team didn't realise it was a tea, and she actually cooked it with some lamb. And she said it was absolutely fantastic. But it's just dried mint, so of course you can use it with lamb. Okay, how does that lemon smell?
Nice.
What about the raspberry? What do you think? Smells good, doesn't it? I think it's fantastic. Okay, so anyway, while you guys are doing that, okay, I'm going to quickly here, I've got some, this is close to Delia Smith as you're going to get. Here's something I prepared earlier. Actually I did, my host brought some chicken, and there's some chicken breast, and we're going to take some Greek yogurt here and pop that in there, and I'm just going to put about 2 dollops of that in there. And what I'm going to add to that one is one of my favourites in my family. It's probably one of the emptier ones. Let me guess. Oh yes, got it right. Sri Lankan coconut. So this was one of the spice blends. Okay, the spice blends you can use on a variety of things. You can use these in soups. You can use these in omelettes. You can use scrambled eggs. You can use these on meat. What we're doing is a very good marinade here. Anyone doing Slimming World, which I'm doing, I would use a fat-free Greek yogurt on this one. Okay, and then so I'm just going to put in roughly about 2 teaspoons of that. Okay. I'm just going to mix that around. Now what you're doing is you're obviously creating a wet marinade here for this, okay? Now if you were to mix this together and leave it and sit overnight, really those flavours are going to really develop as they rehydrate. But even just simply mixing together just now and using that as they are, that will just give a fantastic flavour, okay? So
did you just put the spice on without the yogurt?
You can put the spice straight on if you want to, yeah, if you want to, yeah, correct. So that's those lads there. I'm going to shove them into the oven, just separate them out. Okay, those that lovely yogurt you dip on top. if you wanted to as well, you could, you know, toast some coconut yourself and just sprinkle it on top as it comes out of the oven. That would be fabulous with it. Actually, Laura, would you have to pop those into the oven for me, if you wouldn't mind? Just over there. Thank you. So let me tell you a little bit about these spice mixes there. Okay, the two favourites I would say to have, if you like a little bit of Eastern food, Asian food, the Sri Lankan coconut is excellent. Okay, even using that on the likes of potato wedges, superb. Absolutely love it. Chicken, I think, works particularly well with chicken. A lot of people have said it's really, really good with prawns and shellfish. Again, you can put it through breadcrumbs if you wanted to as well. What else have we got here? Indonesian rendang, that's another very, very popular one. So, for example, if I need my glasses. That one has onion, garlic, cumin, coriander seed, turmeric, chili, fennel seeds, ginger, cloves, and it says cinnamon. He doesn't think so. Okay, so, do you want to pass that one around and have a sniff of that? That's the rendang one, that's the Indonesian rendang. So you got Marrakesh, there are flavours in Morocco. One of the guys in the team actually, we have a team that really supports one another, which is great. We have a team Facebook page, and I love this, we always share really good ideas. I don't know how many of you do with regards to what your work situation is, but I'll tell you something, if you're watching me thinking, oh, she's got an easy job, you're dead right. And not only that, but you know, say I was at a show and I had a question that I didn't know the answer to, all I would do is grab my phone, quick post on the Facebook page, and you'll be surprised at the speed of things that comes back. So we've got great support going on. Seriously, I am looking to grow my team here in the area, so if any of you are interested in doing what I'm doing, take a look at this, okay? Thai satay, one of the guys from the team, Paul, suggested this, sprinkling it on some steamed broccoli. Oh my giddy hands. It was fabulous, yeah, it was superb. The Thai satay, oh, that's amazing. Just there's really, really punchy, lovely lemongrass in it. I heated a little bit of oil. I think I threw in a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of that. No, yeah, tin of coconut milk, tablespoon of peanut butter, and then just threw in some chicken, give that about 5 minutes, and then threw in some sweet corn and some sugar snap peas. Amazing. It's so simple. So again, really, really simple ideas, okay? The Aussie roast, brilliant with lamb, it's a rosemary based one, so excellent with lamb, excellent with potato wedges. I've used it through eggs as well. I made a sweet potato omelette and put some of that through it, it was superb. Taco again, nice one, that's a good mix for any kind of Mexican food. You can use it in chili con carne, you could use it in your fajitas, that kind of thing. I think one of the absolute basics every kitchen should have is the stroganoff, okay? Well, if you have your list, I would suggest you write that one down. The stroganoff blend, basically, it's a kind of paprika mushroom, porcini mushroom blend, okay? It is superb, and meatballs, amazing, bless you, amazing depth of flavour to, if you add them to yeah, sorry.
I was at your last show and they used that and then I bought it.
Yeah.
And I used it in that roast and it was amazing.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So I'm not vegetarian, so yeah. Cool, excellent, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so how would the rest of you see yourselves using the stroganoff?
I like to use my slow cooker a lot, so maybe with some beef and...
Excellent, I will be pairing that up with something like the caramelised balsamic, and you will get an amazing depth of flavour to any kind of beef stew. How many of you have made a beef stew at home? I thought, I just never liked the one at the shop, at the restaurant, because they have real depth and mine a bit watery. Okay, seriously, something like the stroganoff and the balsamics are going to add real depth of flavour. Even sauteing off some mushrooms, I think I did that at a little show recently, sauteing off some mushrooms and popping a teaspoon of that on top. Lovely, lovely flavours, okay? Porcini mushrooms, dried and ground down, they're really, really punchy as well. And again, you want to add a bit of a lift to any kind of vegetarian food as well. So meatballs, stroganoff, there's a stroganoff recipe in here in the flavour stack, in the welcome one. What else? Burgers as well.
Pasta sauces are not too.
Pardon me?
Pasta sauces.
Pasta sauces, yeah, very, very good. So again, did I pass you're bringing it around, that's brilliant. Okay, so that's that one, that gives you a little bit about the spice range, okay? So that's going to cook away in the oven. Now, next what I wanted to talk to you about really was, get you tasting quite simply, okay? So we've got some bread here, we've got some oil, some vinegar and some dukkahs. I really should have, oh yeah, before I talk about meat rubs. Meat rubs, primarily salt based, okay? So use sparingly in the sense of, because they are salt based, okay? I've got 3 here, the grill master, the southern onion and the chili lime chipotle. Chili lime chipotle, if you like a bit of vavavoom in your dinner, oh, it's a dancer. Love that one. That's my favourite of them all. It's a great kick to it. I like a bit of spice to my food, and it's good you can actually tone it down as well. Like for example, that one, if I were to mix it with a bit of tomato paste, or some passata, even if you want to looser again, or even just put maybe through a little bit of what did I use it? Creme fraiche. Okay, and marinade. You can use it to marinate the meat in advance before you. It's brilliant for barbecues. I know we're not in barbecue season as we speak, looking out the window, but grilling your meat, even roasting meat as well, superb. The southern onion one, there's a nice little kick to that one as well. Not as vibrant as that one, but there's a nice wee kick. Have you tried that one? Yeah? Brilliant for for soup, and just a real flavour to soup. I had a lady that came to my freezer fill, and she emailed me and she said, oh, what will I do with the leftover southern onion? And I said, oh, try that in a soup. And she said, I'm doing something with a load of winter vegetables in it. I said, make a soup, use that. She came back and best soup I've ever tasted, absolutely amazing, so good. Really pleased, I love hearing things like that. So they're the meat rubs. Okay, so what I'm going to get you to do is, this is where you can come on up and you can try some of the bread here. Okay, now we've got 3 oils here. Thai inspired, I can't decide what I like more, the Thai inspired or the wild lime. Wild lime, fantastic citrus notes, so really crunchy, okay? Beside it is the Thai inspired. Hi Lauren, come on. That's okay. The Thai inspired has lovely lemongrass notes. Let me tell you, I'll read it out what it has because there's loads of lovely things in it. Maybe I won't. Australian extra virgin olive oil. Thank you, Laura. That's all right. Is that the time of the day? There we go. Right. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Look, it has all this. Natural lemongrass extract, natural garlic extract, natural basil, natural lime extract, and chilli extract. There you go. Do you mind if I hang on to these, Laura? No. Actually, I won't do that because I have a large head. So dip the bread. So you can dip the bread in the oil, you can dip it in the balsamic, you can go oil, balsamic, dukkha, you can mix it up whatever you want. The balsamics here we have is, I've got the raspberry orange caramelized. I don't know if you had tasted that one before, so I thought it might be a good opportunity to do that. Again, I love it, it's a sweet one. You can use, so the oils you can obviously use for salad dressings, you can use them for cooking food. Because they're extra virgin oil, don't put a fast heat under them, okay? Just warm them gently, okay? And you'll release the natural flavours in them. But they're brilliant as well. If you take meat off the grill and just kind of quickly just drizzle a little bit of oil over, brilliant little flavours really do infuse with the heat of the meat. Balsamics, the balsamics you can use over fruit as well, not just over the savouries. Taking roasting vegetables, one of my favourite things to do at the moment is parboiling some carrots, then whacking the oven up. You know when you can take your roast out to rest, take the roast out to rest, drizzle a little bit of white balsamics over that and just let that sit. And while the oven, so whack up the oven then, so I've parboiled some carrots, I tossed them in a little bit of the mezze, love that, that's absolutely amazing, and then roast them, and then they come out, and a tiny bit of the caramelized, just a little bit, amazing, carrots have never ever tasted so good. Now, this one, coconut mango lime, is probably my favourite. We have one called OMG, orange mango and guava, and I think at the moment this one is actually winning for me. I would advise each and every one of you, before you leave tonight, that what I want you to do is take a piece of bread, dip it in the Thai inspired, and then dip it in this, and just taste that. Okay? You're welcome. That's all I'll say. Okay, 3 dukkas here. These are savoury dukkas. Mediterranean one, my favourite. It's a lovely one. You can use that in so many different ways. The Queen of the Nile one is quite peppery. Okay, so if you like peppery, that's fantastic. This one got a wild little bite to it. Okay, this is the barbecue pit. Okay, I keep reading it because my eyesight's so bad. I keep thinking it's called Brad Pitt.
You should be so lucky.
Seriously, open a couple of barbecue pit. Yeah, the dukkas. So the whole idea traditionally is when you go to a Middle Eastern country that you take some bread, dip in some oil, and dip in some vinegar and some dukkha as well, and that just kind of the nut and seed coated and gobble away as you go. So it's delicious. But it's not just for that alone, okay? That's going to be wonderful. Who here has a book group? Anybody have a book group? And you have nice nibbles when you come around. This is a winner. Let me tell you, if you want to impress them, this is really simple, so easy to prepare, but it would impress the pants off them. What I would say is, yeah, use them on coating meat, okay? You can put them on the meat before you griddle them, okay? You can put it on after if you wanted to. Just take your steak, have some dukkha on a plate, press onto the meat, let the meat rest and serve it as it is. I've used it to just over fish, I've put it through breadcrumbs as well. Very, very simple as that, absolutely fantastic. So anyway, up you come. Enough talking for me, time for tasting. So up you come. Lauren, can I offer you a tea? I've got two here, I've got a raspberry or a lemon.
Raspberry.
Raspberry, okay, excellent. Oh right, did I not give you one? Oh sorry, I do apologise. Well that'll explain the extra cups. Okay, go for it. Tell me what you think. I'd like to hear your reactions. There you go. One round, Mary. Oh, that's alright. Oh, actually, I think that might be lemon. Is that lemon? That's a lemon.
Well, that's a
Okay, fine. Well, you can come up and have a raspberry after if you want.
Yeah.
What are you yelling at, Laura?
Your recommendation that
Yeah.
I tried with coconut.
Did I tell you as well about the teas that you can use them 2 to 3 times? I did. Okay, good. Excellent.
2 to 3 times?
Yeah. You can basically, once you've the leaves,
Now, in
use the
white,
second time. Just put water straight in.
in white, that would mean 23.
23.
2 to 3.
Okay, come on, grab a piece and tell me what you think. The pairing, you like that? Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, Mediterranean one, I've not tried that.
Which the Mediterranean Duca? Yeah, that's my favourite as well.
I
Yeah.
stuck that through pasta as well.
Have you?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, superb.
Just
There's,
like seasoning.
yeah, there's one of the girls in our team. What she's done, she take a camembert, sliced it in half, Mediterranean Duca, balsamic vinegar, lid on, same again, bug it in the oven. Okay. Well, what do you think then? How would you see yourself using something like the savoury Ducas? What are your ideas on it?
Did you make some yogurt? So
You can mix them with yogurt as well, especially lively ones if you want to just take it off and marinate the meat in them as well. So for example, the barbecue, the Brad Pitt one, is that like, is that okay? I can pour out some more, that's fine. So this one's almond based, it's got garlic, onion, chilli, sumac, mustard, smoked sea salt and smoked orange peel. And there'll be naturally smoked products as well, okay? And if you know what sumac is?
yes, I use it all the time.
No, it's a little red berry that grows, it's used a lot in Lebanese, Syrian and sometimes in Turkish food as well. And they take the berry and they dry it and they grind it down. And it actually has loads of really good health properties, very rich in vitamin C as well, but adds a lovely zing, it's really, really tasty.
It's not like anything else.
No, it's completely different. Yeah, you just get the pieces, yeah.
I've heard of it, I thought it was actually a mixture of something, but it's just a...
Cool. So grab a seat, we could do more, we could do a little bit more of that later. I'll put some more of that out in a minute, okay? Right, so what I want to do as well next is get a couple of dips going and then you can sample the dips in a little while, but the dips are best when we let them do a little bit of work. Okay, here I have, oh, okay, just some plain, ordinary, this is actually a kind of a lower fat hummus, a kind of a healthy hummus, okay? And the other one we're going to use is some, this one's too small, uses this on a Greek yogurt base, okay? Now, we're going to use the dip mixes that we talked about earlier. I should really have put those on to marinate so you could be tasting these, okay? Put that over there. Right, so, what will we try, okay? One I have to recommend is the rich beetroot, okay? That one is exceptional. As you can see, I'm already halfway down the second tub. Simply, that is dried beetroot is the main ingredient in it, but it's also flavoured with garlic, onion, sumac again, onion, chives, paprika, coriander, pepper and cinnamon, okay? Every single product, sourced by us, dried, ground by us, bottled by us, so you know, if you want to know the provenance of your food, this is where it's coming from. It's straightforward. It's very, very easy. So this, it's simply, we're going to add this one to the hummus, okay? Or actually, no, I know some of you have tried the hummus before, haven't you? So why don't we try a different one? Actually, okay, let me think what I have here. Oh, do you know what? Let's try Bay of Bengal curry. I'm going to try that one. Right. I know.
The curry today.
Did you? This beetroot, my favourite way of using this beetroot is taking it simply, putting it over the back of some smoked salmon fillets or trout fillets and baking them in the oven. Simple as anything, okay? And Laura, do you know what time that chicken went in?
I'll put a timer for 20 minutes.
Brilliant. Oh yeah, probably actually wouldn't, it'll take 15.
15.
Yeah, because they're small pieces. Don't want dry bits of chicken left. So, and that is one of my favourite ways of using it. Finn, who's my second son, he's 11. If he found out that I was doing this with the beetroot hummus, that's why I left some in the tub for him, because that's his favourite way. He absolutely loves the beetroot hummus. You can put this through potato salad. Okay, makes a fantastic potato salad. I thought I had the salsa one. Oh, here, yeah, I had the salsa one there. Right, salsa one. You can think, oh, salsa, that's just obviously use it with tomatoes. No, try a mango salsa, try a pineapple salsa. They're amazing to serve with like a bit of grilled chicken or white fish, okay? Or if you're doing a steak, you want just a nice, add maybe some mango, some radish, some peppers, maybe a bit of chilli, and put that through it. Pardon me?
Sweet corn.
Oh, sweet corn, yeah, nice sweet corn relish as well. So it's not just that, okay? And do give them a shake as well, because when you're using them. So sometimes some of the herbs might second. So that one's a fabulous one as well. So say for example, who here has friends that love doing Mexican food? You have got a fantastic opportunity here. Guacamole, salsa, and maybe a taco mix as a gift. They'll love you for life. I had originally thought I would do the avocado, but then I went to get the avocado and it was just a little bit too hard to mash. It would have taken industrial equipment to get the avocado mashed. I will tell you here and now though, one of my favourite things is guacamole. I cannot stand shop bought guacamole because it tastes so synthetic and so processed. Okay, and if you buy, you make fajitas and you buy the shop bought stuff, it's just horrible. And sometimes you look at half the ingredients and there's stabilisers and there are acidity regulators and all that nonsense. No thanks, I don't want that in my food. I want clean eating, thank you very much. My body is the temple. Temple of doom. But the guacamole, I will tell you here now, so all you need to do is mash an avocado, that's ripe clearly, and I would say maybe 2 teaspoons of that through it. Again, to taste, depending on how spicy you like it. There's a warmth, I won't say there's a heat to it, there's a warmth to it. The best guacamole I make is with that. I am a complete and utter convert to that. But again, not just that, I have made, do you know the way you have some leftover carrots and parsnips in the fridge? Oh, that could be the chicken. Or the pig with the sound of that. Laura, if you wanted to, underneath the oven, there's a hot pad in the drawer if you're happy to bring that down, look, please. The guacamole, yeah, use it for soups. Use it again, try it through scrambled egg. It's really, really tasty if anybody likes scrambled egg. You can use it through dips if you want to as well. Louisiana Creole, great one for a kick. And the smokehouse barbecue, that's the one I thought I'd use tonight, okay? Smokehouse barbecue. I sometimes pass these around. Actually, do you know what? Pass a couple of those around and you can have a little sniff of those nuts, okay? And where's the rich beef shoot, okay? Okay, now the smokehouse barbecue is fabby. Good kick to it as well, so you need to go easy on it. Add a little, and then if it's not hot enough, add a bit more. But it's good when you use it with something like a yogurt as well. And again, it makes it much more healthier. Marinade meat in this as well, make it as a dip. These are so versatile. Put it through salads as well. Again, sorry, I should have said as well with the savoury dukkahs. The savoury dukkahs are amazing when you put them through the top of a salad. Thank you, that's what I was going to say. Just dry, yeah. Another dip mix, Thai green curry. Who came in and was earlier was going like, because he could taste the curry. Thai green curry, absolutely superb. Thank you, Laura. Just anyway, that's fine. Yeah. So I'm trying to think, what do I do in the hummus? Meze, and if you like meze, this is my favourite for. I've used this more through soups, pasta sauces, and I've used this on my roasted carrots. So I'm going to put a. Half of that, okay? Carrot based, actually. Well, amazing on roasted vegetables as well. Okay. So we're going to mix that together. Okay, actually, Anto, would you have to mix that for me? Never mind, thank you. And then we're going to let those develop, and you'll actually see the colours changing. Well, I will from up here anyway. And you get a chance to sample those in a minute. Okay? Pardon me, that's those two back. Excellent. So, beetroot, the rich beetroot. Can anyone tell me how you can see yourself using that?
Never.
No, it's not like beetroot. Is it? Okay, definitely something else for you in the camp. Not then, Margaret.
There's loads. Everything else. That's the only thing I would never do.
I have to say it's one of my favourites. Absolute favourites.
It's nice just put sweet yogurt as a side for like hot curry or something.
Oh, like a raita almost.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
almost that kind of thing.
Somebody else gave me an idea for that and I'll probably yeah. But I would say to you as well, if you ever go on to, I'll give you later on your order form, I'm going to write and stamp it with my website. And if you go onto my website and click on the blue link that says My Secret Kitchen, you will be able to find there's a load of recipes there as well. If you scroll down, you'll see a page that's got a link to recipes. So where you'll be able to go in and just put in whatever product you've ordered, you have at home if you're looking for ideas, and then just pop it in there, okay? And it'll pop up a whole pile of ideas. Or message me, I'll give you my Facebook page. I have a Facebook that page that is dedicated to my Secret Kitchen business. And all you need to do is message me and I'll happily give you any recipe ideas, or don't be stuck on how to use it. Just say, right, Sharon, I need some inspiration. I've got this, I've got that, and some pork chops. What will I do? Okay? That one. What about the guacamole? Anyone else think to, I'd use that in mince. Oh, there's a good idea. Oh, I like that one. What's that one? What's the salsa one? Okay, put that on top of the pile. Okay, right. Okay, now, what I'm going to do actually, do you want to go up and try the chicken? Those are welcome here. Take a cocktail stick. And Vicky, grab a seat. Just grab a cocktail stick and take a bit of chicken. So as you can see, it's so simple, so easy. There's napkins there as well if you'd like. Nicely mixed there, Angela, thank you. Do you know, somebody like you, I could use you on my team. We'll talk later. High quality mixing going on. Oh, that's alright. There you go, Laura. What do you think? That's got the schlanky coconut and yogurt. That's it.
I've had that. I'll do the curry. The other Thai curry.
Yeah. The Thai, that one's very tasty. Oh, sorry. Grab a napkin. There you go. You can have some more of that in a minute, okay? Right. Pop this down here now. Dirty dishes crate. Right. Okay. What we're going to do last but by no means least. Right. I want to show you about the sweet range. We have the baking spices here. You can have a sniff of those later on. I have to say, there's this one called Country Baked Apple Pie. This just, yeah.
I'm not sure what to do with it.
Oh, it smells like cooking with my granny. Oh, put it through ice cream. Yeah, if you're ever having a dinner party, that's a really good idea. Dinner party, right? Take some good quality vanilla ice cream, okay? Soften it down. Get some Irish soda bread. Crumble it. Turn it into breadcrumbs. Mix it through. Some raisins soaked in whiskey. And a teaspoon of that. And freeze it up again. Or if you don't like whiskey, try Baileys. That's also good.
I saw somebody on Facebook saying that they put it in smoothies.
In smoothies, yeah. There's a lady in our team who's making her own gingerbread lattes from home, which are way nicer, and she's using the gingerbread. But equally, you could use that as well. Obviously, just even simply just putting it's amazing. Look at the ingredients. There's a whole pot of mixture of them as well, and I think it's just superb. Love it. Okay, so what we're going to do with this one here is in here. Just something a little different for you to try. I was going to use the cream, but some of you have seen that already. So what I have is a light Philadelphia cheese, okay? So we're just going to put that filling in there, okay? Or just any cream cheese, it doesn't have to be Philadelphia, okay? And I'm just going to soften that down. And I'm going to use, some of the chocolate powders, okay? Now, at this point, I'm just going to dive over here and tell you guys something about the chocolate powders, okay? I can find it. Every month there are different gift ideas, okay? So there are gifts, kind of opportunities for guests and hosts. This is talking about what our hosts can get this month. I'll tell you more about that as well. But our guests, what we are saying here is, if you buy anyone who's buying 2 dip mixes tonight, you're going to get a chocolate for £3.50 from one of these range, okay? And I'm going to use the white chocolate one, actually, no, the Pavlova one I think tonight. But what we're going to do is, the Pavlova one, I'm just going to put a spoon of that through our cream cheese, okay? And give that a good mix, okay? These are superb. You can use these as well for any kind of puddings. You can use these as to add a little bit of just a little different flavours. The most popular one, I'm going to pass it around, is oh, hand it. Yeah, you know what I was talking about. Yes, it's like Turkish delight in a tub. Who likes Turkish delight? Yeah. Okay. Chocolate again. Look. And this is again second tub. Chocolate raspberry truffle. This is the most popular one. Okay. This is an award winner. You'll see that. Pass that around. Have a sniff of that. We're not using that one tonight. But I just thought I'd just for variety's sake, because I know some of you have tried that before. Now, Laura, when we did your show, you made those meringues using the chocolate truffle powder. They were to die for, were they not?
They're so simple and
Yep.
amazing, yeah.
So tell me how you made them.
Are a disaster, you can make an eating mess type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
It was one for every egg white. It was a quarter cup of sugar and half a teaspoon of the chocolate powder.
super.
And that was it. A little bit
Simple as
of
that.
vinegar or lemon juice or something. I did 4 egg whites, a cup of sugar, like caster sugar, and 2 teaspoons of the chocolate powder.
Superb.
I think it was a teaspoon of corn flour, I think.
Yeah.
Just mixed in at
Because
the
that's
end,
on.
yeah.
You found that recipe online as well.
I did,
didn't you?
yeah, I
Right.
found it on the site that you told
Yeah.
me.
So the chocolate powders can be used, like I said, in meringues. They're superb in that. Use them in brownies. But cookies, having a little bit of different flavours to cookies. That one is the most popular one. The chocolate orange one is another favourite one. The salt and maple. That one's very good as well, I have to say. Hide them from the children. They're just, yeah, they can just have to open up that stuff. So what we're going to do as well, just something different, I'm going to use one of the sweet dukas, okay? Okay, and I've got 3 of the sweet dukas here. Again, if you want to do a cheesecake with a difference, maybe put it through the base of the cheesecake, or you can put it through the main body of the cheesecake if you wanted to. Okay, there's one here, chili, chocolate and almond. Okay, chili and chocolate go so well together. Okay, this one is based on almonds, cocoa powder, sugar. You've got a little bit of salt, some sesame seeds, coconut, orange rind, chili powder and spices in that one. Okay, this one is one of my favourites, the lemon myrtle duca. I'm going to try this one. Yeah, this one's superb, I have to say. This is probably my favourite one. The macadamia nuts, cranberries, coconut, sugar, sesame seeds, skim milk powder. So there is milk powder in this one. Lemon myrtle, sea salt, and natural white chocolate. Okay. Some of the it is worth pointing out that these guys, okay, although they're chocolate powder, they are actually dairy free. Okay, so if it's a brown chocolate powder, it is actually dairy free. It's just using a very high quality cocoa. Okay, worth bearing that in mind. Okay, especially for people that are, pardon? Very good for the vegans, very good for anyone with dairy intolerances as well. So what I was going to do was, I was going to use this one. So this is the rose white chocolate and pistachio. And I thought that would work quite well with pavlova. So what I'm simply going to do is, and you can simply sprinkle this over a dessert. You could make this as a family dessert, okay? Use cream if you want to, put some chocolate powder through it, and then all you're going to do is simply sprinkle the duca over the top like that, okay? Right? And all I'm going to ask you to do is take a digestive and dump it. How simple is that? It doesn't have to, you just want to do something quick and simple and easy for a dessert for the family. You can do something as simple as that. I'm going to let that sit for a minute, and what I'm going to get you to do then is pass these around, okay? Okay, so that's the hummus that had the mezze in it, okay? And so I'll pass that one around. And if you want to take 2 crackers, then the next dip around, coming around, this is the smokehouse barbecue, isn't it, I using this one? Was there somebody paying attention? Yeah, good. Okay. So, there you go, and let me know what you think. Cool. Alright. Which one do you like? The mezze in the hummus, yeah. It's really, really tasty. The hummus is a good base as well. And the hummus is good because there's actually a lot of protein in hummus because it's chickpea based, okay? So there's the health benefits clearly as well. Now I'm wondering if there's anything I haven't talked about. But anyway, I think that's enough of that.